activity. This virtual lab wants us to see how does the height of villi affect nutrient absorption. So if you read through this, I'll kind of summarize. We know villi's job, you can see them here, in the small intestine is to increase surface area so we can have more absorption of our nutrients when the food's broken down. But there are different conditions that can affect the villi in the small intestine. We talked about celiac disease causes the villi to be shorter and more flat, so it's harder to absorb nutrients. This can also happen if people have cystic fibrosis because sticky mucus builds up and it makes it harder to absorb. So in this simulation, we are going to first click on this link. Should take us to this website here in a minute or so. And it looks complicated, but it's not, and I'll show you how to do everything in it. All we are doing is changing the height of the villi from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 all the way up to 10 and letting it absorb. Basically we're starting with 100 small food particles and 10 large food particles and seeing how much is digested based on the different heights of the villi after 20 hours. So to do that, make sure that this, see if it'll let me write it. Well, this number should be at 100, this number should be at 10, this number should be at 20, and that should be where it starts, but just double check that each of those is set up at the right number. Here is where we're going to change the number to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever number is in our data table. So the first number it says is 1, so I will change that to 1. To get this to work, we're going to hit Setup. I recommend moving this toward the end. It goes pretty slow if you don't. And then hit next to the Setup button, the Go button. And when you do, you'll see the particles moving. Eventually they get absorbed down there. And then I'll show you how to read this graph so you know what's what. All right, we want to know the percentage of particles absorbed into blood. Well, if I click at the end here, oh, it's still going. Sorry, I didn't let it have 20 hours. I was rushing it to check. All right, now it's done. It says 20 hours. In blood is red, so I'm going to click, just point to the furthest right of it. And if you do so, it says 20 is the time. We don't want that. We want the second number. 43.64 is the percentage of food that was absorbed into blood at a height of 1 for villi. So 43.64 is what would go here. All right, we're going to change this to 2. Oops, make sure you hit Setup after you change it to 2. After this runs, I'm going to pause it so we don't get the answer, but after this number here says 20 and it's not moving, you'll find the new blood percentage and just keep going till you finish those 10 different heights. After that, you are going to answer these 2 questions. And in question 1, it says, how does changing the height of villi affect absorption? So basically, you're going to look at your data. Does the height keep increasing the percentage absorbed? Does it increase, then decrease, decrease, then increase, always decrease? Whatever it does, you're going to claim that first. So for instance, as the height of villi increases, the percentage absorbed in the blood decreases. All right, that's great. Maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. Put numbers in it. If you don't have numbers to support it, you are wrong. So if you say it decreases, you might want to say at a height of 1, the absorption was 40%. At a height of 5, it was 30%. And at a height of 10, it was 10%. Well, now your data supports your claim, so I would believe it. Then, number 2 says, discuss why someone with celiac disease or cystic fibrosis might have trouble absorbing nutrients. If you don't remember, go back to the background information in the introduction, reread these, and that answer will be in there. Then you're good.